busting my balls, Billy, okay?
I can already tell that I don't like you.
Fuck you, bust on my ball.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
It might be your first ball job.
Yeah, of course.
How long did it take for the guy to come?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Busting Balls. I'm your host, Eric Pennell. I'm here with Handlebar Larry, Comedian Handlebar Larry. What's up, dude?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Is that what you go by? So what is your real name, dude? You ever go by your real name or what?
Well, occasionally now. My real name is Lawrence, but no one is ever called Lawrence out of all whatsoever. You know, not
Pussy getters are called Lawrence, right?
Oh, that's probably why no one calls me Lawrence. So it's Larry. I'm doing comedy, Handlebar Larry. If I'm working, usually it's Cemetery Larry. So,
why did you do Handlebar Larry? What the fuck is that about?
When I'm feeling dapper, if I have a big show, I actually turn my mustache into a handlebar mustache. I actually curl it up.
I have never seen you do that, dude. Really?
Yeah.
I have never seen him do a handlebar mustache ever. I've never seen that. I don't feel like I've ever seen you do that.
Yeah,
maybe when I first met you, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it for open mics. If I'm doing like an actual showcase or something.
You were doing handlebar then when handlebar wasn't even that cool yet, right? Because now it's really cool, right? Now motherfuckers are putting wax on their shit and stuff. I mean, they always have been for years.
I've been doing now for a while. In my circle, it's been common. But then again, I'm one of those Ren Fair folks where we dress up all nice and dapper, Victorian, Comic-Con.
What the fuck did you just say, Ren Fair? What is that?
The Renaissance Fair.
Oh, Renaissance Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, my hip lingo.
No, I've never been to a Renaissance Fair. What do they do at a Renaissance Fair? What are they doing? They playing fucking joust and stuff like that? Is that what they're doing?
They have shows and they have falconry and when I was a kid they had
falconry. What is that with falcons and stuff like that?
Hawks and falcons, and they train it to go and dive on shit. And
nice.
Shit.
Yeah.
They do the weapons. There's I don't LARPing plays. You walk past and they have these hired actors doing shows.
Yeah.
They got the actual low role play where you go around with a dungeon master and you try to solve mysteries.
Oh my god!
You pay money for that. I don't do the money shit. I go, I drink, I eat food, I people watch, and occasionally I buy a new set of clothes for the Ren Fair. You know what though?
There's got to be some hot chicks there though, right?
Oh god, yeah.
Or some chicks that are down. I mean, there's got to be some good pussy over there, dude. I mean, there has to be, right? I mean, because that are just into that.
Oh yeah, just
and especially those dudes must be cleaning up. If you're a dude that can go to those that has a little bit of looks or a little bit of game, it's on. I would assume it's on, right?
Yeah, the game's different there. You gotta remember, instead of wearing dressed to the nines, you could be oh yeah, I'm gonna show up wearing my chainmail shirt and
that's right,
my fancy leather boots and whatnot. It's a completely different ball game.
How many dudes are wearing those fucking Janko pants over there though? Right? Is there a lot of those
Jinkos? No.
Jinkos?
No, it goes.
How many of those dudes are wearing a fucking a chain wallet? A lot of chain wallets at those, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of chain wallets. Yeah.
And a lot of kilts.
A lot of kilts?
Oh, yeah, a lot of kilts. Both old school, Scottish kilts and the fucking punk rock utility kilts.
Yeah, I could see that, dude. But that's a good place to wear a fucking kilt, right?
Oh, yeah, it's so hot there. You got to let them breathe.
Yeah. You know what you don't ever see that you think you'd see people wearing kilts on the basketball court? Yeah, that'd be a good place to wear. You might as well because a kilt would even be better than hoop shorts, right? I mean,
that would be great. If you're dunking on people wearing.
That's what I'm saying.
It's here's my dick in your face.
No, wait, because they're not wearing underwear under those kilts.
You're not supposed to.
Oh, see, that's rude. You can't do that. I get it. That's too much asshole out, dude.
That's called a kilt check. When you check, you wearing underwear, if it's called a kilt check.
Oh, and they pull it up.
Yep.
That's white guy shit. That is, but I get it. That is white people shit, man. But you gotta wear underwear. I know you're not supposed to wear underwear, but you gotta wear underwear for that, dude. There's no. What are you gonna drive? You gonna drive with no underwear? You got that kilt there? I don't know.
When women wear skirts, or dresses? Are they supposed to wear underwear?
I think they are. How many women do you think that are wearing pantyless? That are going pantyless with skirts? I don't think it's a lot. I think it's 1 out of 10, maybe. Maybe 1 out of 10.
How many men do you know that wear kilts?
Not a lot, dude. Every once in a while, I'll see.
You're talking about a lot of girls don't like that feeling of a thong up their ass. So
really?
I probably would rather just go panties.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
And my ex when I wear it a lot of times.
I don't know. I just don't know if I'd fucking. I don't think I could, dude. I've tried to free ball it. You ever free ball it in jeans or something like that? It feels weird as fuck, dude.
Oh, jeans, yeah. Balls on denim ain't good. Now, I was a tighty whities man all the way up till I was 23, At which point, then I switched over to boxers, and that took me
Dude.
a while to get used to because I
Yeah.
was just like fall
Well,
out.
I did boxers early. You know what I've been thinking about? Going to tighty whities. I'm thinking I'm gonna jump back to tighty whitey because it's more my fit now. You know?
See that crazy person.
Well, what's wrong with that? There's tighty whities aren't bad, man. I mean, you know, the only problem with tighty whities are you can see shit stains all day in those things. Not like I got shit stains in my underwear, but if I do, it's you got
Well, it's white. The smallest little thing is going to show up on white.
yeah. No, I do remember that when I was like a little kid, man, and I started wearing boxer shorts, dude.
Dude, my mom, I remember like when I was like in 5th, 6th grade for Christmas, she got me silk boxers.
Oh yeah, I've had those too.
And you don't know what those are until you try to wear those
Dude.
in fucking school. You try to wear jeans and then you're fucking giving yourself instant wedgie.
Dude, those
Right
silk
up.
boxers will ride up
Fucking
past your
ride.
belly button all the way up to your fucking nipples.
Every step is like 2 inches fucking riding back
I
up.
think I had a girlfriend or something one time bought me black ones with pink hearts on it or something like that, or kisses, or red kisses or something like
Yeah.
that. But dude, you can't. They're not realistic. They're not. Those are like sexy clothes. That's like
And
that
do,
whole.
do girls like that?
They don't like that. What are they talking about? They just
No.
like wiener, dude. That's it. That's what I'm saying. That's my joke. Where like guys don't have sexy clothes, man.
Yeah, you can't feel like a man
Dude.
when you got fucking silk
I got
on your
like some
crotch.
polyester Halloween underwear, you know, that have
Yeah.
jack-lanterns on it.
Polyester's
That's okay.
good.
No, you sweat your balls off in the polyester.
Dude.
So it's very uncomfortable.
Dude, I watched a fucking kick-ass documentary last night on ESPN. They've already aired it before, but I think I watched it before, but I forgot about it. It's a 30 for 30 on ESPN. You ever watch those, Larry? You ever
Yeah,
watch
the
that?
wrestling ones.
Dude,
I
yeah, the
watched
wrestling
those.
ones, right?
They're all good.
Dude, I just watched the one. It's called like Big Air, and it was one with Matt Hoffman, the freestyle fucking ramp jumper, dude. You remember that guy when you guys were kids?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Like he was up there with like Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
The BMX guy was the guy.
Yeah, he was the
just died.
BMX guy that was like he was some dude from Oklahoma City, and he was the first guy where like when they first started doing freestyle and ramps and kind of going up a little bit. And all these other dudes are in like California and like real like fucking places where that's happening. And then next thing you know, you start to see this dude from Oklahoma that's going like twice as high as them. And then he's the first guy that ever went like 20 feet off a ramp, dude. He like 20 feet off, like going up and doing a fucking, you know, like a tabletop and coming fucking back down on it and stuff like that.
I don't even know how you get to that point.
Well, you know what he was doing, dude?
Fucking
Because
trying
at
that.
first, well, he built. No, I don't think so, man. I think he just. So he built a big ramp. He made the ramps bigger and bigger. But then once he got the ramp so big, it didn't matter how fast he got, like trying to like pedal to get to it. So he had to fucking he had his buddy get on a dirt bike, and they had a rope, and his buddy fucking pulled him on a fucking dirt, from a dirt bike, and got his speed up so much, and then that's how he got like 20 feet up, dude. And
You mean he was like pulling it back to get him like strength? Like
no, he would hold on the rope while the fucking dirt bike takes off
Kinda
down the
like a
track.
jet ski type thing.
Yeah, and then he would let go, and then boom, he would hit this ramp and do like fucking 20-foot fucking verts, dude. But dude, they showed like what he's hurt.
Yeah.
Falling
Fucking
20
everything's
feet.
broke.
on top of a
23
giant metal-
bones he's broke. He's had, I don't know if this is true, but it said over 100 concussions. What the fuck does 100
Dude, those
concussions
sports,
do?
Those sports, like you got to go in and knowing you're breaking tons of shit.
Oh, he was
Skateboarders,
breaking
too.
shit all the time, dude.
Skateboarders, snowboarders, doing
Yeah,
that, fucking
but dude,
BMX shit.
100 concussions? How does that even possible? 'Cause
That's like some like ECW type shit right there.
Yeah.
really, is that like why ECW had a lot of concussions
Oh, God,
during
it
those
was like,
days?
here's an unprotected chair shot to the head. Like, there's a reason why all like
Wow.
our 90s favorite wrestlers are dead now.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
A lot of them are dead. I didn't know that,
Well,
man.
the extreme wrestling was all just see how far you could go, and then
Yeah.
they would just they would chant whenever anything
Literally,
like
the bust
crazy.
steel chairs over their heads, unprotected.
And are those like real
Barbed
steel
wire,
chairs?
Those are real steel chairs.
God damn, that has to hurt, dude.
It's how like the wrestler Mankind, he got into WWE coming from ECW, doing all that shit, and then he moved over and started doing some of that shit over there, which is more in like the fucking like the Playboy of like wrestling.
Yeah.
It's more like clean and like obviously more viewers and shit.
Yeah.
And then started doing all that.
Well, he was
crazy shit.
in WCW before that too, though. He was in WCW
he was
for
all over
both
the
of them. Yeah,
place.
he was.
Yeah.
That's Cactus Jack. Yeah, but he made a name for himself in Japan, doing like the crazy death matches
Yeah.
and stuff, and losing half his ear to Vader and whatnot.
Dude, fucking even trying to be a stand-up comic, that's fucking like almost practically impossible to become a pro at and like make a good living at. A fucking wrestler? How fucking hard is that?
Very hard.
To become like a
tried.
professional wrestler and make a living at it. You were wanting to be a fucking wrestler?
I actually was with the LWF back in the early 2000s.
What the fuck's the LWF?
That was the Lunatic Wrestling Federation.
Okay, all right.
That was where CM Punk got a lot of his start in the LWF. Did a lot of early matches there.
Is CM Punk from Chicago?
Yeah, that's what the C stands for.
Chicago Punk?
Chicago made Punk, but yeah.
Oh, CM Punk, yeah. No shit.
He even wore the Chicago flag on his shirt.
Was CM Punk good? Like, is that guy like a good wrestler?
Yeah.
He was known for that?
Oh yeah, he was a really good wrestler.
But he's just a better talker, right?
No, he was a great talker, but no, he actually had like really good matches. The ring was able to work with anyone. Like he had a very good style that he could work with people of different sizes. He could make others look good. He could pull off his moveset on most people. He could go technical. He could grapple. He could get slammed. Yeah.
Dude, I mean that's some balls to fucking jump over to the UFC, dude. Like to do that where you go,
believe his own shit.
Well, well look. Also, he probably realizes he's a tough dude, and he's an athlete.
He had training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like not to the level. He wasn't a Gracie, but he was still that.
Dude, even also, the balls to get into a fucking cage of like thousands of people screaming at you, and whether they're supporting you or they love you, and you got to go in there and fight another man, dude. That's fucking rough, dude.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Why? Where do you see the no?
The no is this: if you're gonna say, "Hey, Larry, I'll give you $2 million to go in that cage and fight some guy,"
yeah, because he did make some good money, right? With the UFC in the first couple fights.
No big matches in the MMA circuit. He was pulling in millions of dollars for those two fights alone. So yeah, I'd go in there.
Yeah, you got a point.
Fight Mike Tyson right now for that money. Right
no,
now.
I would not do that.
But he would have made more money overall if he would have stayed with WWE.
They were doing him dirty.
Is that
true? Think of this. You're losing a lot of street cred too, like being this big up here guy, and then trying to go to the UCF or the UFC, and then you're probably gonna fail at it or not be good, which he was, and then have that on your back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're losing a lot of your.
Yeah.
Because I look at him different now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Once you lose,
as like just every time.
Oh, everyone loses in mixed martial arts, and
Very
a lot of wrestlers tried their hand from going from pro wrestling, thinking that they're like this big time shooter, street tough guy, and going to mixed martial arts, and most of them fail.
Yeah.
Lesnar found some success. Bobby Lashley found some success, but for those two, there are like dozens of others that failed.
Brock Lesnar, that motherfucker is that dude doesn't. How is that guy human?
Too.
Yeah, no, he was
he had training.
Well, he's like an all-American wrestler, right? Wasn't he?
And a lot of pro wrestlers, they have like wrestling background or others. I mean, there's some that don't. Like I know.
What's Brock Lesnar's parents look like? They gotta be fucking gorillas, right? I mean, even the mom. That's how you turn out like that.
He married Sable. I don't know if you remember who Sable was in WWE. He married her. They have a kid together, and she looks just like her daddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Because, dude, I don't know, man. You gotta have. I mean, how do you make a man like that? How do you make? His parents have to be fucking Richard Lesnar.
Or he's just doing a lot of roids. Who knows?
You think?
Probably. Some of it.
Well, he was definitely doing something because he got DQ'd from his last MMA fight because he tested positive for enhancements.
Oh, really?
That's one of the reasons why
when he beat Mark Hunt, I think it was.
Yeah, he went to the WWE.
Mark Hunt was pissed about that, right? Because he fucking had steroids and shit. Yeah.
WWE, he ran to him because he gets a sweet schedule and he's not a full timer. He's a part timer, so he's not susceptible to the WWE drug test that everyone else goes through.
Yeah. Yeah, I still though, dude, I wouldn't want to fight a man for money. I don't care. If you train me, maybe.
Get off on it though. They actually.
I got little hands. Look at these hands, dude. They ain't made for punching, dude. They like Larry. This motherfucker has the strongest handshake. You ever shake his hand and he fucking like shakes your hand like a man, which I appreciate. I'd much rather have a tougher handshake than these fucking beta males with their little barely holding on to your hand. I don't want that either. I like a tough handshake, but dude, just by shaking Larry's hands, you just know don't fuck with that dude.
Just from shaking my hand, you could tell I've been lonely and single for a long time.
Dude, you shake your hand, you go, no, you don't want to get into a fucking
What do you think about
muscle contest with him?
My handshake, pretty good.
I don't know. Let me hear. Give it to me.
Give it to me.
It's all right. That's very average, dude. That's very average, but it ain't
usually,
like this
right,
dude's.
Right into just when the handshake's happening, I already feel uncomfortable and I want to get out. So it's
Yeah.
almost like my hand's like not really like all in on that
Yeah,
handshake.
but you ever shake somebody's hand where it's like, come on, dude, like you got
Yeah.
like put something into
The
it,
worst
like
is
a
when
little
it's like
bit.
fucking oceans. We used to call this kid Oceans. He always had wet hands.
Oh, yeah, the
Just
wet hands.
sloppy wet hands all the
Dude.
time. Oh,
Dude,
See,
my,
what I love is whenever I shake someone's hand, I like to go and hold my
He
pointer
holds it.
finger. No, that, but keep my pointer finger out. So that way, like, basically I could feel their pulse, and it always just tweaks people out a little bit, because then it's like,
Oh, really?
you know, they just, you know, my extra finger is
Oh,
like
yeah.
up against the wrist.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're putting your pointer finger
it's
up
almost
on
like
their
you're putting
wrist.
your kickstand down on them. Like they fucking control their hand. Like you're about
Yeah.
to flip them over your fucking shoulder.
Dude, yeah, but I got little hands, dude. These aren't made for fight. Dude, my fucking wife's cousin, Mouty, our fucking real estate agent, this guy was a union guy for many years. He's got hands. He's got hands like he could just like fucking, he doesn't even need a hammer. He could just like
Fucking
nail in
just-
fucking
Yeah, just start
big mitts,
carving
bitch
stone.
slapping mitts, like just like pat, pat. Like it's crazy how some men have big hands. Like Lesnar,
Yeah,
I
just
guarantee
like-
you that motherfucker has giant hands, dude.
Have you seen him? Like you've seen him in some of those MMA fights. He just like does the fucking hammer fucking
Yeah, just like pow,
fist.
pow.
Boom, 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 like right on their head. Just like he knows what he's got there, man. He's got all that wrestling experience, but he's so big and intimidating. He has so much strength that it's almost like you don't know how to
weird.
train him. Like
But,
which way do
but
you
he
go?
does lose, though. I mean,
He does lose, yeah.
Larry, you're a big guy, dude, and like I said, you got a strong fucking handshake, and I can tell you got some strength. You ever had any guys like challenge? Like, when's the last time you were in a fight, dude?
it was in this fucking bar.
It was in this bar.
the one you're
We're at
talking
Cigars and
about?
Stripes in Berwyn.
It was there was a drunken asshole here, and
Yeah.
he was being really rude to the comics. You know that happens, especially at this bar.
Yeah, that happened.
But then he started being really racist.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
what? What do you mean?
He was
That
using
also
a lot
happens
of
here.
he was using a lot of Hispanic slurs,
Oh really?
and finally his buddies chased him out.
Uh-huh.
And it was at that point I was leaving, and I'm walking to the car, and he goes, "Yeah, and there's that fucking spick right there." I'm like,
Whoa! He said that shit, huh?
I'm like, "Excuse me." So I walk up to him like, "Do you want to repeat that statement one more time?" At which point,
yeah.
you know, we're talking, and I know he's drunk. But then he goes and he just tried to sack tap me.
Oh really?
At which point, I don't even know.
What do you mean? Like he tried to hit you in the nuts?
Yeah.
Oh,
At which point, I'm like,
Shot.
I know motherfuckers to do that
cheap.
move,
like,
dude.
all right, that's it. So you know, I grab him, and you know, and you know, we struggle, but thankfully, you know, I remember a few of my takedowns. So I get him down the ground. And I go and I put my forearm to his throat, and you know I'm just like talking shit to him.
Oh, so you put your weight on him, you get him on the ground, you put your fucking.
I'm
dude.
not a striker. I'm a grappler.
Yeah.
Because you know I have 5 sisters. I was never allowed to hit my sisters, but my God, I'll bear hug the shit out of them.
Really?
Oh
Bring him
yeah.
to the ground, yeah.
You know, all about restraint, because otherwise they'll beat the shit out of me or they'll grab something.
Yeah.
But at which point then his 2 friends come up, and one just puts his hand on my shoulder, at which point I'm like, oh shit, here it comes. You know,
yeah,
here comes the
like they get
beatdown.
hit.
At which point they're actually really cool. They're like, all right, he learned his lesson. You can get off him now. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, go to get up, and the guy just grabs my legs. I just drop down on my knee right in his gut. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Can you have him let go of my leg, please?
Wow.
So I get up, and when he gets up,
He didn't want to quit, huh?
Oh no, we did not want to quit. At which point, there was another comic, Nick Fleming,
Yeah.
who he took one look at Nick, and if you look at Nick,
Yeah, because Nick's not a big guy. He's a smaller guy,
Nick-
but he's not small.
when you see Nick, there is nothing threatening about
No, he
Nick.
looks like he just looks
He
like
looks
a
like he
guy that
reads
does IT and he's a dad.
Right,
reads a
and
lot of books.
He looks like he's a cool cat.
Yeah, great
but
man.
he doesn't look like someone who is going to fight.
No.
However, though, he has a black belt in karate.
Nick Fleming has a black belt in
Fleming is a
karate?
fucking
Damn.
martial artist.
I didn't know that, dude.
At which
Very
point,
nice.
then the guy swings at Nick, and Nick just like clocks him, like motherfucker. Don't you know who I am? I'm Nick fucking Fleming. At which point, then the guy steps back, looks at another dude, swings at the other guy, and the other guy just drops him like it was nothing. And which point, I'm like, this fucker just tried picking a fight with 3 different people from the same bar within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And just got handled.
Wait, you
Yeah.
saying Nick got knocked out?
Dude, so,
No, Nick,
so this
the other
one,
guy just took care of
this
him.
one fucking drunk guy gets put on the ground and you fucking do a fucking put your fucking forearm on his
Right,
throat.
I restrained him.
Then he let him up, And then he swings on Nick, or Nick fucking hits him.
Tries to swing at Nick, and Nick just clocks him.
And then he tries to swing on somebody else, and they fucking hit him.
Some random Hispanic dude, and he just like just cold
Pinballing around
clocks
the
him.
bar.
Dude, how does that's like a rare thing that like three separate dudes, not even like I can see if they
But that's
jump you
really-
at once.
That's really drunk too, and not even realize what
Yeah.
you're fucking doing. You know
Like,
what I mean?
and really
Yeah,
drunk
his friends
because-
need to get him the
Yeah,
fuck
get
out of
the
there.
fuck
And
And
like
they
throw him
were
in the car.
trying. But, you know, he had to learn the hard way.
Yeah, but sometimes you just gotta like forcefully grab your friend and throw him in the
Be
back
put
of a
to sleep
car.
for a while,
Yeah,
yeah.
and just
Well, they could have been slightly concerned about their friend. He could have been one of those violent drunks. You don't want to fight your friend.
Oh yeah.
You know, like you know, I got a friend who he liked to get drunk and violent, but at the same time, he was also, you know, the Papa Bird who he'd make sure that you wouldn't get drunk and violent. Where it's like, I'm gonna break up this fight, or I'm gonna break you. You know.
Yeah.
So
I've had buddies that like to get fucking not a lot, dude. I had a buddy in my buddy Judd. He'd get fucking drunk, dude. And I remember we'd be at a couple bars. I remember we were at a bar one time, and some guys like fucking jawing at him, and he did across the bar. You keep fucking talking like that, I'm gonna come over there and like fucking. It's gonna be on type stuff.
So,
I hated partying with those dudes. I hated.
Was Judd his like birth name?
Judd
Is that-
Dietrich, yeah, he's fucking dude.
Christ.
Judd Dietrich, long, like a like Dirk Nowitzki type dude with like a decent build. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that dude.
All of your friends' like names from where you grew up don't sound like they ever had like real jobs.
What are you
And they're,
talking about,
like,
dude?
No, like fucking office jobs.
What are you talking about?
Like Judd and
you trying to make fun of
got
Jenny
JoJo over
Jenny
there.
Schoenbachler? You trying to make fun of
Got
Jenny
Bebop.
Schoenbachler?
Who was that guy you said you're hanging out with?
And
Orlando.
Beth Benedetto? You
Someone-
trying to make fun of Beth Benedetto and Jenny
God, why is that
Schoenbachler?
last name? So familiar?
You trying to make fun of fucking Cindy Kirchenbauer? Or is that what you're trying to say? That I got names that like everybody grew up with people like that, right? Everybody grew up with motherfuckers.
See, the
that
thing
had-
is, you know, we all have those friends that have those nicknames. At which point, like the nicknames just sound like their regular names. When you hear their regular names, like who the fuck is that? I'm like, oh, that's you. You know, my one of my best friends, his name's Dwayne, but we all call him Butch. You know, so when we go like, oh, whose credit card? Who's Dwayne? It's like, oh, that's him. Like, what? You're Dwayne? Now, the most embarrassing fight story ever to happen with me was I was at this bar over in Forest Park called Kevil's. It's closed down. I don't know if you guys have ever been there or remember it. But
No, I never heard of that place.
There was a couple dudes, and they were ex-military. I don't know what they were, but I knew they were ex-military. And they were drunken cunts. They were
Yeah.
drunken assholes.
Uh-huh.
And the one dude just went and purposely just shoulder checked this one drunk girl just because he could, and they were all laughing about it. At which point, this one dude from out of nowhere goes, "What the fuck's your problem?" Comes and swings at the one guy. At which point, then these three guys just like jump on the dude.
yeah.
So at which point, me and my old roommate at the time, Rev, who was transgendered, was a boy switching over.
What
to
year
girl.
was this that he was
This
transgender?
This was 6 years ago.
Wow, so a transgender like 6 years ago too
Yeah.
is much different world than it is like in 2019.
Right, and and Rev, she is big, bulky, black. Used to play football in high school, but was decked out in full femme.
Yeah.
So me and her are the only two to jump in to pull these three guys off the one dude. So
Yeah.
at which point my dumbass grabs the biggest guy there is, and I go behind him, and I put him like the ultimate bear hug. And by I mean ultimate bear hug, I mean I know this guy was stronger than me, and I felt my hands pull away.
Oh, you felt he was stronger than
Yeah, and at which point I'm like,
you? Yeah, right.
if he gets out, I'm fucking dead. So like all of a sudden, like all that adrenaline comes in, I lock my hands again. At which point then I'm panicking because I'm having a hard time breathing.
Yeah.
And immediately then I look down, and this dude has me like the fucking Undertaker to chokeslam me. It was
Yeah.
his buddy, and his buddy lost his arm in the military. So I'm standing there with a man in a bear hug, getting choked by a one-armed man.
Oh, really?
At which point, once I see I'm being choked like the fucking Undertaker,
That one, dude, if he has one arm too, that arm's got to be strong
Yeah.
too,
Right,
right? Because it's
right.
that one
Double
arm.
power.
but just seeing myself, like picturing like I'm getting choked by a one-armed man outside of a bar while my transgendered friend is protecting the other guy from
Yeah.
coming over and beating my ass, I start to lose my grip because I start to laugh.
Wow.
And I know that once I start laughing, my ass is getting beat.
So what happened?
My other roommate at the time, he comes running out, and he just goes and just drops an elbow across the one-armed man's arm, to pull him away. At which point the guy's buddies come and they calm everything down, and I go out and I have to walk in the corner because I even despite the fact they're all complete assholes, I think it's rude to laugh at a man with one arm to his face who was choking me. But that's exactly what was happening.
Dude, even like fist fighting though, and the dude has one arm and he's choking you, that makes you laugh? Like you weren't like serious, like fuck his one arm. Like that's how I'd be like, fuck this guy's one arm. I don't give a fuck.
I just just picturing like it's like
right?
it wasn't
You're
me.
You're fighting.
Like if I was to get my ass beat afterwards, it'd be like it wasn't him. It was the one armed man. It's like a one armed man in an ass kicking contest. I mean, it's just so weird.
How did this fight start?
Because his military friend just went and shoulder checked a woman just to be a cunt.
Dude, that would be the guy I'd be trying to go after, is the one-armed guy. Anybody who's got any kind of disability or any that's the guy I'm gonna go after first.
Why?
It's a better chance of winning, hopefully.
Yeah, until he choke slams you.
Right, I know exactly. Until you see how much strength he has. My mom only has one arm.
How one arm was he? Like, was there how?
How do
I sound?
Nothing from the shoulder.
Too far?
It looked like it could have just been the shirt he was wearing, but it looked like he may have had an elbow, but he had a full single arm, and just like single arm choke, like like a sex choke.
Dude, it sucks, man. That's,
I just gotta say, sex
can you move
choke.
like even like fucking losing your arm, dude? Like Ryan said, his mom was.
My mom's arm, her right arm goes a little past the elbow, but it's like a nub. She used to beat me with her fucking little nub hand.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
why wouldn't she go with the other hand? Why would it go with the nub hand?
Because why fucking not?
Why would you fuck up your good arm?
Yeah,
that makes more sense to me.
Yeah, you got a point, right? Why would you fuck up your good arm?
Why would you injure? You could break. She could break his hand or her hand.
Your last golden ticket over there.
Yeah.
She would go it felt like a fucking a bowling pin coming across you.
Really? Yeah.
Feel your elbow, dude.
Yeah, because imagine like there's not as much muscle. There's not as it's not as much meat. It's just it's nub.
My
it's
mom,
like a club.
My mom used to have. I still don't understand this. Like a Toyota Corolla or some kind of Camry or something back in the day, and it was stick shift, and she would fucking stick shift with her little arm.
Why would she even get a stick
going
shift,
down the
dude?
fucking road?
Because she
it's
could.
cheaper. It's cheaper.
Yeah,
was
you're
she
right.
poor or
Single
just
mom,
cheap?
2 kids.
Okay.
So she was missing half the road every time she's shifting gears. She's going down and fucking doing like that. Like,
See, I
why
feel
she was
embarrassed
doing
now
that.
because I have both arms and I still can't drive a stick shift.
Really?
Really?
Fuck no, dude.
A lot of people. Yeah, it takes a
Like
little
I'm
practice, but for
CDL
some
licensed, but I can't
Dude,
drive a stick shift.
I do ride share, and every once in a while, some asshole will get in my car and go, "You should have a stick shift, man." I go,
You
"I
don't?
fucking drive." No, I
do.
I drive fucking
Man.
Uber all day. I go, you don't want to drive fucking a stick shift doing Uber all day,
No.
where you're just fucking beating. You
You're
have a
gonna
pop
blow
up.
Yeah, especially if you're in
See.
Chicago.
In
Like,
Chicago.
yeah, stop and go traffic.
You're gonna blow that clutch.
Pussy, dude. You're gonna blow
blow
the
it,
clutch.
dude.
You blow the clutch.
No,
real
I
fast
won't, no.
doing that
No, I
because-
won't blow the
and it's-
clutch, dude. I
No,
drive.
not you. But I mean, like if you're doing rideshare and you're like, manual can be a pain in the ass.
Dude, every manual I always had, I fucked up the clutch. I fucked up
Yeah.
the clutch after so long.
I fucked up.
You want to, when you drive a manual, don't be scared to fucking, what is it? When you don't be scared to stall. Never be scared to stall.
Yeah.
But never want to burn out. You rather stall than fuck up the clutch and put too much gas when
Yeah.
or you have the clutch in too much. So never
As
be
long as
scared
you
to
keep it
stall. Don't be
rolling.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As long
It's
as you can
like,
keep it rolling.
You know what I
mean?
Kind
And
of get it popped back.
yeah,
in.
and even if you're uphill, and as long as you're not scared, always more gas or like always.
And
easy on the
I don't
clutch.
like how you'd always be on a hill and like
That's
you
the one
kind of
bitch
go
thing on
back
the
a little
hill.
bit. You go
The
back and
hill
some
is,
asshole gets up on you too close and you go, motherfucker.
Yeah, because it has a little back first before you're going forward.
Yeah, that hasn't happened to me around here.
Dude, what the fuck?
I love,
San
dude.
Francisco don't have that.
I love fucking stick shifts, dude. I've always, and especially, yeah, if you have like a kick-ass car, yeah, of course, like a stick shift or something like that. But dude, driving
Dude,
around
my-
stick shift doing ride share in Chicago, that sounds too
My
much.
buddy's first car was like an '82 Volvo stick shift. And
Yeah.
that's where he sold it to me for like $200, and that's how I learned stick shift.
Thank you, man. I just fucking bombed. I don't know what he's talking about.
Really?
Dude, it was good. I haven't done that in a while, dude. I wasn't organized. I didn't have my shit organized before.
It's
I was
because of the
here,
podcast,
didn't
dude.
put my
I know.
set list together.
Every
and then
time.
I usually
Eric
look at the
does that to me,
audience, get
too.
a feel what
Every
material I'm going
time.
to do,
That-
and then
It happens to me
that-
like when I did this
that hit
podcast too.
That's why like last week when I was here, I put a set list together before I did the podcast. Because once you do the podcast, your mind's not on it, and then you get up there and do it, and you're like, fuck.
So you just
I haven't
wasn't
been in
concerned
comedy
here.
in 3 weeks, so I don't even know what I'm going to do when I get up
We-
there.
It's
been
weird.
doing
It's weird not doing
Yeah,
comedy
2
for like
weeks.
3 weeks. You feel like you lose it, man. It's don't you?
Yeah.
I feel like that. If I don't do comedy for like a week, it feels weird, man.
You know, my saving grace is I still do the tours. So, I do a lot of like jokes.
You're doing
on the
graveyard tours, right?
Graveyard and ghost tours. Today, I was one of 4 guides for 400 people for a big Gothic conference.
Oh, really?
That we took them into the city and talked about all the fuckery going on.
Oh, really? How are you doing fucking ghost tours? Like, what? Like, how do you even prove that? I mean, are you guys making up shit or what?
I don't make shit up. I actually we go to locations where bad shit happened that have history of
like what?
activity.
For example, what would be like the number one place that has like a history for paranormal activity?
Now it used to be Harpo Studios. Now it's the corporate.
Why
McDonald's.
Harpo Studios? What happened there?
That's where they brought the dead for the Eastern disaster.
What the fuck's
That
the
was
Eastern
the
disaster?
deadliest disaster in the
Is that
history
where
of Chicago.
Oprah would
It's
film?
Oprah Studio.
That was, but now it's the corporate headquarters of McDonald's.
You're talking about, is that like the earthquake that happened?
No. What it was is that the company is Sistro, Western Electric. They rented out 4 boats to take their employees and their families on a picnic from downtown Chicago to Michigan City, Indiana. Oh. At which point, the first boat
So going across the lake, they're going from.
didn't even leave the dock.
It didn't even leave the
The
dock.
ship was in such shitty condition, and the ship was so crowded that when it was still tied to the shore, the ship rolled over on the side in the Chicago River,
Jesus.
drowning 844 people.
844
Damn,
people.
I never heard of this.
I never. And what's that called? The Easton.
Eastland.
Sorry.
Eastland, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
It wiped out almost
I
complete
never heard of that.
blocks-
You ever heard of that, Jhovany? I never heard of
What is
that.
it, the
complete
Eastland?
blocks of Berwyn, Cicero, Little Village, and Market Park, almost completely all wiped out.
Whoa.
22 whole families were lost, including a family of 7.
When did this
Wow.
happen?
1915, July 24th.
Oh.
Crazy shit was happened like that though back in the day. Just people just dying.
Oh yeah,
It was
like,
like, you know-
4 years later, a blimp crashed in downtown Chicago and killed like 32 people.
What? I never knew that.
People going to work and they don't even fucking. You got no internet, you got no TVs, whatever, and they're just going over a fucking bridge. They don't know, just been hit by a boat.
Yeah.
And it's falling right off.
Yeah.
Oop, he's dead.
Well, I remember like 15 years ago in Minneapolis area, in like Minnesota, there was a fucking bridge that went out. And for I don't know how many minutes, man, whether it was like for like 15 minutes, cars were just hauling ass on like a highway going over a bridge. And since it was out, they were just going right into the river. It was like 15, 17
that
years ago,
happened-
dude.
That happened when I grew up in Sarasota, Florida, and there's this famous bridge that was going over almost like, you know how the Golden State
Yeah.
going over like tons of water. It's
Yeah.
this giant like interstate. It was kind of like that. They had that in part of Florida.
Yeah.
And like some like fucking shipping boat or whatever went through that and took out of that side, and people were just fucking falling off. And they have a website still on it. You can listen to the audio of like the Mayday, or the tri
Whoa.
people, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, cars are fucking falling." And that thing was, I remember going up because they built it right next to it. The new they didn't rebuild,
bridge?
restructure that. They built a new bridge across them.
Yeah.
And you could still just see where it happened, just the broken bridge.
Well, dude, if you're hauling ass, if you're going 65 miles an hour,
We're talking high up,
and
yeah,
you
you're
see a
falling.
fucking, what are you gonna do?
Fucking
You're fucked.
These morning school buses and shit were fucking just flying right off there.
Larry, what else happened then? What other fucking spooky shit happened then that
let's
you guys
see.
are
There was
talking about?
the Iroquois Theater fire, which killed over 600 people just a few blocks away from the Eastland back in 1903 during the
That would suck and burn alive.
The worst.
there was the fire, there was the smoke inhalation, there is the falling off the quote-unquote fire exits down like 4 stories
that.
down below.
Dude, I went on one of these ghost tours, whatever, with this guy who was wearing like this little like top hat or whatever, and he was just talking shit to people like in between like going to like the next place we're gonna go, and he would just start screaming and like heckle people at their cars to try to make the people on the fucking bus laugh. People are like, "What is going on?"
What are you talking about? Just some guy driving by?
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, check out this fat ass over here. Hey, fat fuck. Hey,
Have you guys been on
Families
the
on the bus and
Disneyland, the tour they do in the nobody?
No.
Okay,
Wait,
the Disneyland,
the Jungle Tour.
the Jungle Cruise where
Yeah.
the tour is always like talking shit. Those, like,
Oh,
nobody's
no,
done it.
no.
Oh.
Shoots at the hippo.
Shoots at the hippo.
pistol.
You've done it. You've done it.
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Okay.
But if you know, like, if it's a no that you know this guy, it's kind of like going to Ed DeBivix, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I know they're gonna.
Only
like,
the drivers
fucking
aren't in on it.
Talk shit on it, yeah. But then when you're going on a ghost tour, just gonna go check out, then all of a sudden you just see this guy just talking shit to fucking
That's
like,
funny.
families and minivans as you're
I
fucking
know.
going there. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
You just think he's entertaining us. He's like, I gotta give him.
But
dollars
dude,
for it.
I you know what though? But I fucking that same type of like I have that in me. I just don't do it though. When I go by weddings, like I want to fucking yell out to her, like you know, like I always like when I see weddings and shit, and it's like I always have the urge to yell out something to it, but I
You
don't
guys yell
ever
at
do
beggars?
No, but I want to.
I started to.
I-
Do you have another? Do you have another headphone?
no, here.
I got another one. I can bring one.
No need for that, man.
Why not?
Just put it on. Just put it on. It's all right, Ryan, because that mic sounds good. You're good. Just keep it like at a distance. Yeah, no, dude. Lately, I've been wanting because nowadays bakers look different. They're like fucking 22 years old. They look young and healthy, and it's like
They
like
got
fucking
clean socks
panhandler.
on.
Yeah, they got. Yeah, and I dude, I really not all, because sometimes I see one and I go like mentally ill, and you go, oh,
Yeah,
this guy should be here, I guess. But, nobody's helping him. But no, dude, sometimes lately I want to yell at him, but I haven't done it yet. I want to do it.
See, I always look not so much at the shoes, but I always look at the socks. I'm like, if your socks are fucking cleaner than my socks,
dude,
the hell with you.
You know
yell
what?
at me.
I got a problem with Crusties. This is the fucking Crusties that I got a fucking problem with. You know what I'm talking about?
The clown?
No.
What are you talking?
Crusties.
It's like
they're always
white people
The
who are
millennial hobos, basically.
That's
Yeah,
right. They always look like
bodied.
They're
No,
trying to
no,
pretend to
dude.
be-
They
they're
got
trying to
the-
they
pretend
always
to be
have a
homeless.
specific look, dude. They look like they're like almost like who's the dude that came from the Terminator future and then they came back? Who was that guy?
T-1000?
Reese.
Yeah.
Witherspoon.
From the future. They look like that. They always have like army jackets on. Dude,
They
have
look
a
like an extra
specific.
from The Walking Dead, basically.
The people
They
who,
do.
They're people who like live like in fucking like.
That's it.
Like Glenbrook and like where Glenview or whatever, and
Yeah.
their parents have a lot of money. And they think they're doing something that's like making a difference.
They always have a dog
We're
that they
gonna
spray
live- they always
painted.
have a dog.
Yeah, spray painted it like a
Fucking-
zebra, and
One of
it's
them's
like
got like a fucking banjo.
They
or
always
guitar,
always
or
have like
fucking
some kind of
banjo,
instrument.
and some
dickhead.
instrument, and they're just
Dreadlocks.
hanging out.
A uke. They always got like a uke. It's
They
like
probably-
a
they probably
douchebag
rub
instrument.
Rub the dirt on themselves and make them look dirty.
Dude, those are the ones I
ever
want to
seen
yell
that
at.
shit?
Yeah,
They
you've
ride
seen
the
them.
rails.
Do it, dude.
Now that I
We'll take it, record it. We'll fucking yell at them.
I don't
You'll
know,
notice
dude.
because you can tell they're
No.
most people are
The girls are
mentally-
hot, though. I don't know why, but like,
Dude.
there's a few of these girls. I'm like, wow, you're cute.
No,
Like,
We can't go around the girls.
No,
That's the
because I've
job.
already
Oh, no, you
tasted
can already
that.
know that they're dirty, but just looking like one girl, I swear to God, I Facebook
can't.
friended her because she looked like a hot supervillain.
Dude.
Like, I don't know
Yeah,
why, but she
Facebooking homeless
told me
beggars.
that she slipped climbing a fence, so she had this like fucking cut going down her eye like a fucking G.I. Joe villain, where it just made like, oh my God, like if I was a superhero, I would want her to be my arch nemesis.
Like
That's a
fucking
cheap blowjob.
Destro, huh?
Right.
That's like $20, dude.
Oh, no, who were the dreadnoughts? One, I don't know. what she's
Zartan.
name. Yeah, but his sister. His hot sister.
I don't remember her name.
This is triggering me with my
It's
ex-Johnny
weird. Like,
ways.
I personally, I don't know if it's anybody else still, but when I see like a hot girl who's like homeless, I feel like worse for them. I'm like, oh, like I saw
No,
one in Seattle.
I don't
and
feel bad.
She was kind of hot.
We've
and I was
talked
just
about
like,
this
I
man.
start
before.
going in my wallet. you
No.
know?
What
start
kind of
going in my
fucking
wallet.
like when
I
you
was
see
like,
a hot fucking homeless
this is a-
chick?
She's not really homeless.
No, she must be a fucking piece of shit
She's out in
because
Seattle.
because you're
There
telling
could be
me
hot
you
homeless
can't
out there.
find one dude that you want to fuck. She must be a pain in the ass, dude. She must
No,
have
I
a
know,
bad drug
exactly.
problem or
Bad
she's a
drug
pain in the ass.
problem.
Because if she's hot and she
you
can't
can get
fuck
in
a
a
dude that
door.
gives her like says come
Dude, I
on
would've been
inside.
homeless
By
anytime.
that logic, though, the same thing should be said about an attractive, male person. too.
No,
I got the same rule on that too. If you can't fucking
Like,
Dude.
if you're poor and begging on the street for money, then you could be poor and take a dick to get money. Like, you could go
It's
to
a
boys'
different
I'm just
dynamic
saying.
for men and women.
what?
I think it's a different dynamic for men and women. Women,
Yeah, of course.
women get taken care of, dude. Who's gonna, unless what?
I agree.
Does he have a big dick? Like, who's gonna take care
I've
of this
lived
homeless
with
guy,
9
dude?
different girls, and there's a good chance I would have been homeless if I hadn't moved in with these girls.
That's very true. That's very
And he
true.
knows that's true. So like,
Yeah.
9 girls.
9 different girls. I've
You've lived with 9 women?
How many rooms?
at
was this?
once.
No, he's
What
talking
was
about
this?
different times, dude.
Oh, I thought this was one house.
No,
It's like
you're
the real world.
You're moving in like a fucking lesbian, where it's
every
like,
door opens a different.
I was
fucking
like,
thing,
what
girl.
the fuck is this?
What's
no
up, Sarah? I'll be with
shit.
you around 7. Yeah, so it was like 9 different times, and we moved in all of our shit together.
Yeah.
And lived, and then. So yeah, there was a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you've had to move out 9 times too, dude,
Had
where
to
it
move
didn't
out
work
9
out.
times.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's why
He's-
almost everything I own now I can throw like in 3 Jewel Osco bags. Fucking move out.
I forget.
Got
You're
nothing.
right. White
I got
people.
no assets when I was.
But dude, fucking women, you're definitely right, man. I mean, women fucking that is something different how they get treated. But
It's a game you play, and then you should play that card if you can.
yeah,
If that's the situation, I'm going to be on the streets, or I'm going to try to get with somebody so I can get a warm meal and sleep well and shower.
You don't even have to sleep with it, dude. Just give him a little bit
guys
of.
yeah.
I don't know, dude. How long does that last? I mean,
Certain
you can find
dudes
some
for a little
sucker.
bit. There's a lot of suckers.
You could find some sucker where they're just really into you and shit like that.
Girls for sure.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like that was so targeted at me because I usually end up being that type of sucker.
You're that guy?
Yeah.
You can't be that dude, man.
Oh, it's hard.
You've been a sucker, Jhovany? I don't ever think you could ever be a sucker, dude.
I mean, I was a sucker with those strippers, dude.
Oh, see, that's the one thing. I'm never a sucker for stripper.
Up, right? Huh? I mean, when you're real fucked up or if you're not thinking straight, I mean, you can be making wrong decisions.
But when I'm sober, I mean, I've been soft for. I wouldn't let. There's a point where I wouldn't let somebody else move in. Let me think. No, sober. Yeah, I think in my situations when I'm drinking and I'm sober, I'd be like, I'll ignore
That's everybody, dude. When you're drinking, you make bad decisions, man.
What about when you say someone like, hey, you can crash here for a day or two, then all of a sudden it's 2 months down.
You can't do that.
Like she's got
it's the fucking scumbag move, dude. And it happens both ways. Where I remember in Ohio, dude, I was my fucking baby mom, dude. We were horrible, and I bought a house, and we were bad then. So it was in my name. It wasn't in her name. And I found out when we were breaking up, she wouldn't leave, and I go, "Come on, what are you doing, man?" I gave her plenty of time, months and months and months, 6, 7 months, 8 months
to find a place.
To find a place and save up money. She was working and making good money.
And you're already broken up with her?
We were broken up. We weren't having sex or anything like that, and she wouldn't just get out. She was just being like a fucking twat about it. And
you gotta,
Would she try to put sexy moves on
you?
Dude,
sometimes
people take advantage.
Well, dude, you just can't ask them to leave. You call the cops or go that route. They go, well, she's been living here more than 30 days. At that time in Ohio, it was 30 days or more. You're a resident at that place. Dude, I heard in Illinois it's 2 weeks. So if you let somebody stay at your place for 2 weeks, especially if they get mail there. They're fucking. You got to evict them.
My Polish buddy just got out. He changed the locks, took all his shit out, and then he's like, "You're not coming in." Because this one dude, he's like, "You need to move by this day." This guy named Ron who faked having cancer. He did he faked having cancer and did a whole fundraiser thing, and everybody gave money, but he faked it, took the money, and moved back. He still worked at a GameStop. So
he faked he had cancer and did a GoFundMe just to get in the fucking place.
This is after he got kicked out because he's Polish. He's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Get out, dude.
Wow, that's a smart thing to do for a Polak.
It's not. It's the people giving money.
Yeah. The dude had a whole fundraiser, had a whole event. I remember seeing it on Facebook, and then the dude took the money. I remember the guy who helped was moving the stuff. He looked at Mark. He's like, "Look, Mark, you fucking asshole." Blah blah. He just looked at him. He didn't care. It's like, "Get your shit out of here." He just got all the shit. He's like, "Get out. You need to leave by this day."
No, that's a good move, dude.
You gotta be you gotta be
hardball.
You got to, dude.
But dude, I'm telling you, if they want to fucking be a pain in the ass about it, dude, they don't have to leave, man. They don't have to leave. If he wanted to go to court and shit like that, he doesn't have to leave, man.
Does that fall on you if you're renting? Does that fall on you? You're the person renting from the landlord.
They have to get a lawyer though if they want to go to court.
Yeah,
you got to get a lawyer. And that type of dude, they're not gonna do it. They don't have the money.
I can't believe that motherfucker faked cancer, dude.
Oh yeah, he faked cancer,
and he got away with it.
Yeah, because he took once a fundraiser, he took the money, went back to Virginia. He used to be in there. He worked at the GameStop, and it was funny because he started living with him. But eventually, he was a manager of the GameStop. Because my buddy,
which GameStop?
In Waukegan or something.
Oh yeah,
I live out there. But my buddy had a video game store in Honduras. So he would buy video games. So that's how he met him. And,
nice.
And we were friends with him. And
what's your connection with Honduras, dude?
Because bunch of Honduran friends. My buddies lived in. They went to high school in Honduras. They lived here, lived in Honduras. I would go. He had a store at the mall, Honduras, a video game store, and that's how he met Ron, the manager. So Ron started living with my Polish buddy, and he started noticing weird. One time he came home and there was a chick cleaning in a porno outfit, like the little maid outfit or something. So he hired some chick on Craigslist to clean, and he started noticing all this weird shit. It's like this guy's getting hookers and whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, he didn't live there, he didn't mind. But then when he didn't pay the rent, he's like, he got all the shit out. He gave him a few days, and he's like, you gotta go. So he kicked him out.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
That's funny. This guy went hardcore with the fucking fundraising too. Went right to cancer, not fucking irritable bowel syndrome or fucking
No, dude.
That's hardcore.
I feel like I can have the worst news possible, and I'd be lucky if I get $20 from people.
I know.
I
see people trying to fundraise too for stupid things.
Yeah.
And it makes me angry because I have three chronic diseases, and I'm not fucking.
What's your second and third one? Diabetes.
I would say
1.
if I had to list them as the most chronic to least, it would be probably type 1 diabetes, and the other two are almost like a fucking domino effect of it. So you can get
HPV.
more autoimmune diseases because of diabetes. So type 1 diabetes, then Crohn's disease, then chronic dry eye, but I also have gastroparesis, which is from the diabetes, which is delayed digestion. So it's basically like, think about your food being the same thing as like trying to go down a water slide at a water park, but there's no water. So I have to take like certain like drugs to try to make my intestines and like
Moist.
Dude,
lube it up.
When you meet a new chick, you're gonna have to hide all that shit for a minute, dude. You can't like unload. You can't unpack that on the first
That's
date
a
or
lot,
so.
dude.
You're just gonna be like, "Fuck this guy."
I've lived with 9 different fucking girls. Like, yeah, of course. You don't tell them any of that, reveal any of that shit until
Yeah, it's like herpes.
Fall in love.
Yeah, they'd rather hear you have herpes than all that shit. They're just like, "Oh
What's
god."
Crohn's? How does Crohn's work? I had a
It
buddy.
fucks with your stomach
He-
and you're shitting.
He claimed he had Crohn's, but I always thought he had like HIV. It was my buddy's friend. I didn't
Yeah.
believe it.
Well, because
I
dude-
thought
Is
he
the
had
same guy who is fundraising for cancer?
No, this
No,
is a
dude.
guy who he's a cop now in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Oh
I
no
think,
shit.
or in Chicago. Or
You can
something.
tell he's scummy. I'm a cop in Vegas now. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, he was in
So
the news
much
for
BD.
shooting. Yeah, he was in the news for shooting somebody too. He was. My buddy
Whoa.
showed him the video too. Yeah, he was.
Whoa, there's a video of this guy shooting
No,
himself.
it was the guy who got shot. I think he was involved in the shooting or
Yeah.
something like that. But
I hope he was involved in the shooting if he's the one that got shot.
I think he shot him. I don't know, but or maybe his partner. But I think he might have shot him. I'm sure it was justified. Anyways, but I remember because he was such a hoe. Like he would sleep with all these chicks, never use condoms, and then
Whoa.
I mean, I don't use condoms either, but I don't know. It was like we were at a party and there's this one chick that was there and he slept with, and I was like, no, really older lady, and I was like, nobody's gonna sleep with. And that night, he's like, he fucked her with
He
no
would
condom,
cook
and I
her,
was
huh?
like, and I
wait,
told my
this
buddy.
This was the guy that had like hit some
Crohn's allegedly. Crohn's. And I was like,
Oh, and that's why you thought he had AIDS.
because I was like, because he was like, here's all this medicine and stuff, and I was like, and I was telling him, I was like, I don't think he has Crohn's. I think he just has HIV.
Maybe.
And he doesn't want to tell you you have Crohn's. Dude.
Maybe.
Like, all the medicine. He's like, yeah.
Because you could hide it on an because it's HIV, probably an autoimmune disease also somewhat.
How does Crohn's work? How does
Something like
Crohn's?
that.
Let's see if he
Crohn's
had
is
Crohn's or
basically can
HIV.
be like inflammation of basically going from your start of where you swallow in your throat all the way down to basically your anus. Can be inflammation, kind of like either close up your intestines, your colon, anything. So like when it becomes inflamed, things start not passing through, but they also it makes you bloated, makes you nauseous all the time, makes you not hungry, don't want to eat.
Pussy shit.
Can
is
you
really
eat certain?
what it is.
Is there
Huh?
certain foods you can't eat, or
Well, since I have gastroparesis and Crohn's, I can only eat like once a day.
Once a day?
What do you
Yeah,
eat?
they do. Huh?
what do you eat? What are you supposed to eat? What's recommended for you to eat?
I try to eat a lot of softer foods, or like if it's during the day or
What,
something,
like
Gerber?
pudding?
broths and stuff. But I'll do like
Gerber?
Gerber, I said Gerber. Baby food.
like smashed peas and carrots. I eat like
What do you
fucking
eat?
regular food, but I eat healthy, where like more type 1. Eat sandwiches, subs. Fucking
Yeah, but
burgers,
once a day, huh?
Yeah, like once a day because it's all my stomach, and then that's like a reset.
What time of
The
day
rest
is that?
The next day is me trying to get that out of my body.
Really?
And feeling better until I can eat that one more time again.
See too much
Until it
bullshit,
gets treated.
dude. Well, what's
You know
gonna
what I
happen?
mean? Like, hopefully it's gonna get. It's just my medicine's been up and down trying to get him. They kicked out my Medicaid a few
Yeah, this guy
times
gets
and
kicked
shit.
off Medicaid. You know how they always want Medicaid for everybody to have free in America? This guy gets kicked off Medicaid like
The
every other month,
pharmacist told me
dude.
that they do that shit. They make it hard or some no explanation. Just
Really?
Have you ever
kicked off.
tried any extreme diets, like in either vegan this way or maybe
Isn't
carnivore on
eating
this
once
side?
a day an extreme diet?
Tried veg-
No,
Yeah,
I
that is
eat
an
about
extreme.
once a day. I eat about once
I
a
tried
day.
vegetarian kind of because my sister is, so it was kind of coke and stuff like that. But I started to get.
Have
like,
you ever
more
tried
anemic
carnivore
and
on the
shit.
other extreme side? You know how the autoimmune
Just
people, the
meat
Yeah, like
and shit.
autoimmune diets and stuff.
the
kinda.
carnivore one, where they just only eat red and
There's
meat.
a few. Nothing extreme. I've gone basically the keto diet to keep my carbs as low as possible because I don't know when my insulin is working through my body. That I have to give myself for my diabetes. So when I eat, I don't know when my food's digesting.
Oh, okay.
So I have to like kind of lower the carbs.
Yeah. I've seen a few people with autoimmune things going carnivore. I forgot
Yeah.
different ones I was
Well, that's what
watching.
they say Jordan Peterson was doing, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
they
yeah.
said he was
And
all
his- and
fucked
his-
up,
and
dude.
his
and he
hot-ass
went,
daughter, too.
Yeah, and he went.
Yeah,
His
she's
daughter's
fucking-
hot?
Dude, you don't follow his daughter? Dude? I'm
No.
gonna fucking.
Jordan Peterson has a hot daughter?
Dude, she's fucking Michaela or Michaela Peterson. Dude, she's hot. Let me pull her up.
Dude, I could fucking listen to Jordan Peterson all day, dude. You want to talk about
Listen
the
to his
smartest
daughter.
dude ever, man?
My phone's over there.
Oh my god, dude, he's fucking genius.
He's too his accent's a bit too Canadian for me.
Yeah,
it
he does
bothers
have-
me. Canadian. He's like, oh. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
Canadians are funny.
You don't know who Jordan Peterson is? What rock do you live under, dude? I don't understand. You got all that time.
He's a Nazi, brother. He's a
Okay,
Nazi.
I don't know either.
You don't know who Jordan Peterson is?
I have his book, but I only read like 12 pages.
Yeah,
Which
you
is
gotta get it on
ironic.
audio, dude.
Yeah, dude, I buy all these books.
Like, is he like Richard Dawkins or?
No, you know what? Jordan Peterson was he was a professor in
Psychology?
like Vancouver, right?
It's somewhere in Canada.
Yeah, and something happened a couple years ago where there was a new law that came around in Canada that you had to like.
You had to use somebody's preferred pronoun or something like that.
Yeah, and all he was saying is you better watch he basically was saying you got to watch this slippery slope of like controlling people's words and then penalizing them if they don't do the correct thing because that's a slippery slope. And then that just by him even saying that, like you better you might want to watch doing this, that it fucking just blew up. It would just and he had no problem like calling folks by their gender and stuff like that, but he was just saying like you might want to watch doing this. This is like a slippery hill, dude.
Well,
And then it blew up, dude.
I would like you all to call me sir.
Yeah.
While we're doing this.
Sure.
Remember that Simpsons?
No, sir, not sure.
Remember that Simpsons where Homer goes to I think it's a country club, and somebody calls him sir. He's like, this is the first time somebody's called me sir without adding, you're making a scene.
Oh, shit, dude. That's funny,
Rest
dude.
in peace.
Well, let's let's get the fuck off here. I got to get my fucking set list together.
Yeah, dude.
Where can we all find you? Jhovany just started a podcast. Where can they find your podcast at, dude? It's gonna be on iTunes, right?
iTunes, and I got to figure out the Android stuff.
Yeah, don't
Whatever
worry
the
about
Android
it.
people are.
And then
Where's
What's the
Android?
name of yours?
It's gonna be the Lobo Den.
Lobo Den, dude.
Den.
Yeah. Fucking listen. And then Ryan Andrews 76. You can follow him on Instagram. And then Larry Handlebar Larry. Where do they find
Now,
you?
if you want to help out Ryan with his illness, you could send money to PayPal at handlebarlarry@gmail.com.
Yeah, right.
If you guys want to, ChicagoHauntings.com or just Instagram, Facebook, Chicago Cemetery Crawlers for historical cemetery walking tours.
No shit, dude. That's crazy. Guys, thanks for listening, man. Bustin' balls.